Welcome to an overlong presentation of pandemic storm preparation. Remember, I did this without any makeup. Also note that the Boy Scout motto is be prepared. It isn't think about being prepared. It's called be prepared. So here we go. Okay, I'm standing out near my shed, and I'll flip the video around to start giving you an overall tour of everything I can possibly think of. Now I got to figure out how to reverse the direction on this. So now I will start the little tour. It starts in my shed where that thing under the red, that's the generator. It used to be stored inside here in my shed. So obviously, waiting till the last minute to pull it out is not being prepared. It's thinking about being prepared. So just to start with coolness of my shed, it's solar powered. And I also have one of Carrie's old Echo devices. It's got a lot of these extra solar lights. So if I need to see anything, they can turn on automatically. If not, I have a little switch that connects to an LED light string for one part of my shed. And if I don't want to use that, I can just say, Alexa, turn on inside shed lights. And there you go. Alexa, turn off inside shed lights. Okay, so I have solar panels on the top of this. This shows me what my current battery is and the temperature in Celsius. I have 4 100 amp hour batteries that can kind of run things in here. And then I have a little heater that I built. So in the wintertime, if the temperature inside here gets below freezing, this kicks on. And then in the summertime, I have a little ice maker. So I make ice and store it in a cooler. So this is my walk-in freezer. So that's just one thing. So now, back to the generator. So this big thick cable you see runs to the house, and I'll show you that in a second. So here is the generator. And if you're wondering what that is, that's the candy pult. It'll go through a second iteration. It worked great, but I'm going to make an even better version for next year. So because we might get about 3 feet of snow, I thought it might be good to cover this thing. So here's my bottom of the line super cheap generator. Supposedly produces 3,500 watts, gas powered. This wire here is running to a grounding cord. Apparently you don't need that unless you're just running things independently out here, which could happen. So instead of thinking about being prepared, I'm prepared. So it's got an on-off switch. It's been running, so I may not need to put the choke on. Oh, maybe I do need to put the choke on. Or put the choke off. See, practice. You should always practice. So it can kind of be adjusted. It's not a great generator, but obviously works. So to test it out, nothing uses up watts more than a heater. Probably heard the sound change on the generator. So this supposedly uses 1,500 watts, and this will generate 3,500. So this was just a test to make sure it would work. And if there was no reason I would do this, just as a test, but it's good to have a grounding wire. And I've got a grounding rod that probably goes down about 3 or 4 feet. So that's that side of the equation. So, if I need it, I would use this massive cord that plugs in right here. And then at the house, I have an interconnect. So before in the past, I had it figured out where I could run extension cords through a window, and then I have to worry about, getting carbon monoxide gases in the house. So this is an interconnect. I had an electrician put in. You got to have the right plug-in, which is this thing. So it'll connect. Now it won't run everything in the house, but I figured out what the critical things were. Oops, got to move this. I'll explain why there's a ladder here in a second. Okay, so if you look at this, you'll see all the different things in the house. Okay, and this thing here is called an interconnect. So if I push it to the left, it turns the power off to the house from everything. So I've got it numbered 1, 2, and 3. So to disconnect my house from power so that I don't electrocute somebody working on the lines, I push this whole bar forward. So when I push this forward, this can be released. So first, turn the power off by pushing this forward. Then I connect the generator, and then I flip this switch on. So what that does is only these things that are starred will actually be connected. So the furnace is connected, the sump pumps are connected, living room, miscellaneous stuff here. So only a select stove in the refrigerator, office outlets, washer, dryer, and freezer. So everything that has to stay cold would be connected. The furnace fan, it's a gas furnace, but the fan needs electricity. So this will allow me to power just the things I need in the house. And if I start exceeding it, it'll pop a breaker and I can come out here and turn some things off and on. So that's the electronics of everything. And I got that cable, like I mentioned. The reason this ladder is here is because if I have to sweep snow off of my shed solar panels, so they're very easy to get to. These two tend to just clear themselves. Those two I need to get to. But I have another ladder that goes up to the roof so that I can shovel snow off in case it gets too heavy. So there's the big solar array that is connected to the grid. And then here's some more solar panels that are connected just to batteries inside my house. So let's see, what else do I need to show you? So this ladder is just to get up to that roof. That ladder is to get up to the main roof. Yep, and there's the exercise bike, which I actually have been using. And then inside the house, I actually have a grow box that's connected to lights. There's the solar controller. And then under here, I have an array of regular type batteries. They're called lead acid wet batteries. And it's hooked up to a system that if the voltage gets below a certain amount, it turns on a charger to kind of back up my batteries from the grid if necessary. So it's enough, it'll barely get it above 12 volts just to keep everything fresh or at a good safe charge. And then this thing is a little timer. So in the wintertime, if I'm growing anything in there, and I'm really not right now, but it knows to turn things on so it increases the day length. It turns it on in the morning, then turns it off in the evening, turns it on, then turns it off, basically to increase the day length on stuff. Here's all my plants. They're very, very happy. This is a hibiscus that I was out of town It got caught in a cold snap. I thought it was totally dead, but it's coming back. There's flowers Maria bought for me. So thank you, Maria. And I have additional circuits, DC circuits. So I ran some wires under the floor that charge up certain things. So that over here I have a whole bunch of charging cables, and these are all run off of 12-volt batteries. I've got a bunch of converters to go 12 volt to what do you call it? Those wall plugs, those USB plugs. It'll change, like regular voltage. But I also have my own handmade things that go from 12 to 5 volts if that's needed. That's a mess, but that's one of my drones, as well as my electric vacuum cleaners. Here's the thing, an air cleaner. I got that because of the bad fires last summer, to make sure, any smoke that got into the house got cleared out, so it runs continuously. So I have a bunch of LED lights, some of which are connected to Alexa. So Alexa, turn on inside front lights.
Did you mean front lights?
Yes. And there they go. Alexa, turn off front lights. And I also have another set that's operated manually. Notice the reggae colors, which are awesome. So that is just done manually with a little switch. Let's see, I don't think there's much more. I've got Alexa speakers all over the place, as you can tell right there.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, play reggae music on the Den group.
Reggae Party from Spotify playing on the Den group.
This is another one of my little drones I'm practicing with. Okay, that's about it. There's tons more to know, but that's the basic story on being prepared. Thank you.